Hey Glenn, this is Joel from MetaLinks. It was sure nice to see you yesterday. This is what's great about your swing, buddy. Right dead on the plane line like we're seeing over here with the tour players. And above the line with the club head after impact through the top of your left shoulder. Not quite parallel to that plane line, but it is through the top of your left shoulder. So that's very much like the tour players there, Glenn. That's great to see from that down the line angle. Again, any tour player we look at, we would see that occurring on that downswing. Here's Vijay Singh. Tiger Woods. So that's great news. And then from this face-on angle, there are a lot of good things going on as well that we'd see with the tour players, Glenn. So your head's gone to your right a little bit. Like the tour players, your back's leaned away from the target, your arms are extended real well. It's a little different here. So you have about 60% of your body on the right side of the yellow line as we look at it, maybe 70 or 80% even, whereas the tour players would have about 70% on the left side of the yellow line coming up from the ball. So that's a little different there at that point, Glenn. And again, it's a little bit different here. They're going to have a little more rehinge in their wrists. Like we talked about, right through impact, see there's not a lot of stop in your hips, shoulders, or hands. Whereas you look at the tour players over here, watch how the next frame, her hands go a short distance, but the club head goes a longer distance. Watch on the next frame now, her hands go a little shorter distance, and yet the club head goes a little farther distance. Then on the next frame, her hands on this red dot go even a shorter distance, and yet the club head goes a farther distance. And now look at this next frame. The hands just about stop at impact. Whereas the club head goes from between those red dots, the club head goes between the orange dots quite a great distance. And then here again, see that left hand doesn't go very far in that next frame, but the club head goes pretty far. And now the hands actually start to speed up just a little bit more. So that is the stop of the hands through impact. That's why they have more rehinge there in their follow through than you do, Glenn. And then also, watch how her right hip, right there you see her slacks, the pocket on her right hip, doesn't move at all through that part of the swing because the hips have stopped so much. See, they're there at impact, and they get wound up onto her left foot, speed up, and then stop. See how her hips look more narrow here at impact because they're facing the target from this angle. And then over here, see how his hips don't move through the impact area there. They're turning, 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 and they stop. Same thing here with Freddie Couples. See how they kind of stop through impact. But then can't quite see it because of the lighting. Let's see if I can brighten it up for us a little bit here. You might be able to see it a little bit better, Glenn. Those hips really don't stop through the impact area. Yeah, you can actually see a little better from this angle. See that right thigh, your hips are all moving, and your shoulders and your hands are all moving through impact. Everything's kind of moving through together like you saw in the K-Vest through impact. So it'll be a lot of fun to work on this the next several weeks, Glenn. Should be quite enjoyable for us. Take care.